We are getting ready to transport the hot tub over to its rightful place that we have carved out on the other side of the dome. Now Eric is going to use the mini X and he's trying to strap it up, making sure it's all secured right now because we have a lot of money into this hot tub and we cannot destroy it. We were able to lift it down off the truck ourselves, but the hot tub is pretty heavy even though it is empty right now. So I'm going to walk you guys over to the spot that we have for the hot tub. We started closing in all of the skirting on the deck, but we still have to do some work on the underside, especially when we put the hot tub in place. So we're gonna leave this side open until Eric is completely done getting all the plumbing and everything done over there. So we were able to get the spigot in, and that's going to help to supply the hot tub and also just give us some water on the outside where we can water our grass and flowers and whatever else we put in this area. Now this is the spot where the hot tub is gonna go, and Eric has already started to map out our landscaping. So we're gonna have some pea gravel on the inside of where you see all the kind of sectioning off, and on the outside we're gonna have grass. We're gonna try and plant some grass, guys. It's gonna be hard because this is truly the Smoky Mountains, and there is a lot of kind of clay for dirt instead of sand like we had back in Florida. So it's going to be hard to get some grass to grow, but vegetation do grow here. Definitely we had vegetation here, especially on the banks when we first got the property, but of course we had to do a lot of excavating and we had to do a lot of grading, so that disturbed a lot of the ground. So we're gonna try and get the hot tub in this position right here. Eric built this platform by just using gravel and concrete blocks just to kind of separate it from the ground a bit, also just to kind of have a solid foundation to go off of. The gravel is also going to be used a little bit as drainage, so we are hoping that this was the perfect thing to put the hot tub on. So he's now preparing to bring that over. And it looks like he has a pretty good grip on it, guys. I was really nervous when he started hooking it up to the Mini X, but if he goes slow, this could definitely work. Hi guys, so we are back at the Dome, and this is our first glamping site out in the Smoky Mountains. We just got done doing the inside of this dome. This is going to be Nature's Dome at Smoky Mountain on Airbnb real soon, and we have now turned our attention back to the outside. Eric is coming right now with the Mini X, and that is because we are going to be grading out this area to put in our hot tub and also our fire pit area. So we're back on the outside, which means that we're almost done, and I cannot wait for you guys to see this thing and book it online. So we're gonna be outside digging again like we did in the beginning, but this time it's almost at the end. So we're gonna have to lay some piping in this area to finish off the sewer. The septic and everything is ready to go, so now we can attach to it. And Eric's gonna have to dig out this area again, get all that piping laid out. Thankfully, it's not that far. It's literally just from the dome over to where the septic lines are. And Eric's gonna have to grade out this area because the rain totally destroyed the last grading we had. And we're going to have to get this little makeshift fire pit out of here. We were burning just boxes and wood and stuff to keep warm during the winter, and that's exactly where our fire pit is gonna sit, but we need to clean it up so we can get our actual fire pit in there. We're just gonna spend the day moving any rocks out the way, clearing out this path, because this area here is going to be the hangout area. It's very private. We kind of know exactly what it is we want to do with the grading, so we're gonna just get that done. And in this area right here next to the dome, we're gonna be putting the hot tub. And guys, we got the hot tub a couple months ago, and I cannot wait to be the first person to try that thing out. It is It's for 2 people, but it's really huge. It's more like a 3-4 person, but of course it is definitely gonna work out for what we need it to work out for. And on this side of the dome, of course, you have this beautiful mountain landscape to look at. You have the barn down at the bottom where the horses come out. It's just going to be so beautiful in this area. I'm just so happy that we're done with our first glamping site. We have one more unit to put on this property. We're not sure if we're going to do another dome, so you guys have to stay tuned for that. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, this is a perfect time for you to do so, because guys, we're moving on to glamping site number 2. Now, we do intend on getting a second property in the Smoky Mountains. We're not sure if it's going to be a dome. We're not sure if it's going to be a cabin. We just kind of play this thing by ear. We trust God, and we just move on and try to get things done. Guys, I always get so nervous when he's driving this thing on the side of the mountain. Eric has gotten too confident with this machine, and sometimes he's in some compromising positions. It looks like he's gonna flip off the side of the mountain, and I just gotta hold my breath and pray for the best. But he's doing a pretty good job, and I'm gonna leave him be so that he can get this done a lot quicker, and I can continue on with what I'm doing on the inside. Okay guys, so we have been grading out this area for a little bit now, and it looks so much better. It's so much more leveled, and we were able to get it to kind of rise up about 1 inch or 2, which is basically what we needed because we didn't want it to be as sloped as it was before. And this area in here is where the hot tub is going to go, so we want to make sure that we have this part evened out. So Eric's just basically bringing all that extra dirt, dragging it into this area, and then we'll level out this area going into the stairway. We haven't built the stairs yet for the deck, and I'm glad because guys, I stained this deck many months ago, and it's going to have to be touched up and restained, but we're just working on trying to get this area as leveled as possible. This is where the guest is going to probably spend a lot of time grilling and in the hot tub and around a campfire, so we just want to make sure that this area is really leveled out. And as you can tell, Eric has opened up this area so much. All the edges of the mountaintop was kind of overgrown and just not walkable, but he was able to flatten out this whole entire area going back this way. It gave us a lot more room to be able to put the fire pit and some chairs comfortably. It gave us a lot of room to be able to put the hot tub here and have room for the guests to get in and out comfortably, and to set up a little grill area and everything out here. So it's coming together really nicely. It feels good to be back on the outside. The weather has cleared up a bit, so it's going to be really cozy and cool, and just a great place for the guests to relax. So I can't wait to see the hot tub in that area and to have the stairs put in, and we can get this thing listed. We are so close. We're so close to being done, and we probably will be going live. All right, y'all, so we have graded out this entire area back here, and we kind of have this little mound where Eric is sitting because that's where the hot tub is going to go, and he is going to be using these blocks here to kind of set a foundation or kind of like a setting for the hot tub to sit on top of. We also have some 57 gravel that we're going to be mixing in with this to make sure we kind of get a nice level path. And of course, as you can tell, Eric is using his leveler to make sure that this is going to be level. We're also using this kind of stamping, I don't even know what it's called, but this little tool we picked up from Home Depot, which is kind of allowing us to flat out some of the parts that need to be flattened out. We have gotten the spigot in here, and that's just the water spigot that is going to fill the hot tub and also be able to help us when we have to clean up or anything, pressure wash the dome. Everything is looking so good. I definitely am going to have to put another coat on the decking just because we have done some patchwork on here. The deck was up way before we got anything else done, so it does have some wear and tear on there. But as far as this entire area that Eric was able to grade out, just look how huge this area turned out. We're going to have the fire pit in this area, but we're also going to be able to have just a lot of space for the guests to be able to lounge around and just be able to take in all the beautiful views from this end. You are kind of up on a mountaintop, but you're still accessible to the bottom. You can hear the creek at the bottom. You can even still see the creek from right here. However, you're so shaded and blocked by all these trees. It's so secluded up here. This is my favorite spot on the property. Maybe not because I love down by the creek, but this entire area has graded out to be so much wider than it was before, and we were able to take out some of that brush and thorns that was on the bank side, and it just opened up this entire area. So we're going to get working on the fire pit within the next few days so we can map out this area. We are also going to be looking at getting some grass or some seeding and trying to get the grass to grow in this area. Eric still has to build a step over here to get onto the deck, and that's going to kind of complete our landscaping for back here. So we finally made some progress. We have a couple rows in. This has proven to be kind of time consuming just because everything does have to be leveled, and we don't have the gravel truck on this side of the property. Of course, it's a little difficult to drive that big truck on this side. So it's been really hard, and also hard on the hands and knees having to be down there so long getting this done. But this is really a project, a one-man project, just because everything has to be leveled. And, you know, once something is leveled, you don't want to be walking or stepping on it and trying to get things undone. So this is how it's turning out so far, and I think it's going to be great. We definitely just need a pad to put the hot tub on, and this was our design. This is the choice we decided to do. We contemplated doing a concrete pad, or we contemplated doing a wood, just kind of like a lower deck. This was the quickest and easiest, and I'm not sure about most cost effective, but it wasn't too much to do this. And we definitely think that this is going to last the test of time. And we're just kind of mapping out our back section, guys. Like, this entire area became so much bigger once Eric graded it out. And so now we have so much more space to play with. So we're trying to figure out where we're going to put everything, where we're going to put the path that comes to the fire pit and the path to the hot tub, and also where we're going to have to plant the grass or do seeding. I did want to do some wildflowers, but we have so much things to do. I don't have time for pet projects right now, but at least we're definitely starting to see the back area take shape. So we're almost done with making the pad, and everything looks pretty leveled and flat. The hot tub is going to sit directly on this area, and so we just wanted to make sure it was leveled and make sure that there was a good foundation underneath, just so if there's any settling or anything happens, it's not just sitting directly on this kind of red clay, which definitely takes on a mold, settle, and sink a little bit. So this should be able to hold up the hot tub with the gallons of water that's going to be inside of it. We're going to transform this entire area into kind of a backyard paradise for our guests. Like I said, it turned out so much bigger than we originally thought it was going to be. There was a lot of brush off to the side of this bank right here, and Eric was able to clear all of that out with the mini X and get this area just leveled and just pretty open and wide. And so right in this section here, we're going to have our fire pit area and have some lounge chairs for the guests. It's such a beautiful day here in the mountain, and you get to see that silhouette on the outside of that mountain. And of course, just looking all around, you are just secluded by trees and secluded by mountainscapes, and it's just so beautiful to hang out and be over here. All right, so we made it over here safely. We just have to get it down and get it unwrapped. Hopefully Eric can hook it up today. We don't have the water turned on just yet because we're still doing a lot of plumbing and we're just getting out of winter, and we wanted to make sure nothing froze up, so we just didn't even bother with the water being turned on because we were so close to coming into spring, which is another few weeks away. So it looks like he's trying to line that thing up perfectly. That way, once he set it down, we don't have to try and move it away and push it around too much. Ooh. It just looks like it wants to swing right into the deck. It always seems like that. Mini X can just tip over at any moment. Guys, I'm just so excited for this moment. I mean, our guests are going to be able to come into the mountains, enjoy the dome, enjoy this hot tub, enjoy this entire back area that we created for them. And that's just a wonderful experience for me. I just can't wait to have some of you out here so you can really just see how serene and peaceful and relaxing this place is. When we built this, we really had our guests in mind. We wanted to make things easy for you. We wanted to make sure that you had a place that you can hang out and enjoy and kick back, relax, and unwind from your daily life. And this is definitely it. All right, so we have the hot tub in place, no damages, and we got it perfectly centered where we needed it. I'm sure we're going to have to move this thing around a little bit. It's completely wrapped up. We're going to have to unwrap it. We did get a really nice cover for it, so that's going to be really cool, getting this thing all unpacked and getting the cover on there. It's mere feet away from your fire pit area, so this entire area is going to be able to be utilized by the guests. If you can see in between those very scarce trees, you can see the outline of that mountain there. So that is going to be your view while you are out back here, especially in the hot tub. And it's very smoky in the mountains today. It's a little earlier in the day, so everything is covered by the clouds and very smoky. But I promise you, there are killer views from this area. This hot tub is so awesome. It's literally a 4-person hot tub, but we really don't expect more than 2 or 3 people to occupy the dome at any given time. And we're hoping that a few of them are small children. So this thing is so nice. I've never actually seen it unwrapped in person other than when we purchased it online, and I just love the way it is. I love the fact that it was really cost effective, I mean, compared to all the other ones we looked at. So very excited to have the hot tub in place. It looks so good. We do have a cover for this that is going to make sure it stays protected, so very soon we're going to put that on there. But I'm not really sure what we're going to do with it today, if Eric's going to hook it up or not, but this is where it's going to stay. This is the one we purchased. It had really great reviews. If you guys want to see the brand of it, I think it's Life Smart. It was really cost effective. You guys know us. We're not going to splurge, but we're not going to buy something that's not good quality, that's going to go out on us, and that's going to just not serve its purpose. So we really did the research on this one, guys, and made sure that it had everything we needed. Kind of low on the voltage, but definitely very comfortable for the guests. You're going to have 4 seats in here on all sides, and the controls are right here. It's not on right now, so I can't really even tell what it's going to do, but it seems like a very simple yet stylish and very much so operative and comfortable hot tub. So we're going to get moving on some other projects today. We just needed to get this out of the way. We've set this area up a few days or weeks ago, and now it's finally in its place, so we can move on to doing the other side of the dome, grading that area out. The parking is over here, so we really needed to get this out of the way so that we can work on the parking situation, and we can unload some more materials on this side and just keep the project going, guys. We're so close. We're almost at the end of this project, and I couldn't be more happier with the way things are turning out. I just wish that it could just be done so we can have this on Airbnb and just really see how it does.